Afternoon, learners. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning about mixtures. I've got a few questions for you guys, and I'd need you guys to think critically about them. What comes to your mind when I say the word mixture? Do you perhaps know what a mixture is? If you think you know what a mixture is, I would need you guys to please give me an example of a mixture. Tell me, what is a mixture? Okay, so you guys have told me that it is when you're mixing things. A friend of yours has just told me that it is when you guys are mixing, probably making cookies, you're mixing flour with milk, water, and sugar. So that is a mixture that you're going to use to make a cake. Okay, that's good, boys and girls. I'm gonna play a very short clip for you guys. I want you to pay attention to what is happening. As soon as you're done with watching the video, we're going to discuss your observation together with your friends and your peers, and you're going to tell me, what did you see, what did you observe, what was interesting about the video. All right, thank you, boys and girls. As you guys have just told me, you said there was a child, a peer of you guys, that was making a fruit salad. She was mixing bananas, isn't that so? Bananas, orange, apples, and other kinds of fruits. Okay, that is what we refer to as a mixture. A fruit salad is a mixture. What is a mixture, you might ask? A mixture is two or more different materials that have been mixed together. As you guys have seen, an example would be a fruit salad. A mixture is two or different materials that have been mixed together. Even though the different materials have been mixed, you are able to see the different materials. You were able, in that fruit salad, you guys were able to see the banana. You could see that it's orange, it's yellow. You could see the orange, it was orange. You could see strawberries. You could see a bunch of different fruit. An additional example to that would be a mixture of raisins, as well as peanuts. Your brothers are usually in the townships that go to the shops and they buy peanuts as well as raisins. That is a mixture, right? So it's a mixture of two different materials, being raisins as well as peanuts, isn't it? Okay, so I want you to tell the person next to you of any example of such a mixture that you know, any mixture that is made of different things. Yes. So you guys are giving me a bouquet of flowers. You can have different colors. There's a red, yellow, blue in one bouquet of flowers, isn't it? Yes. A mixture of shells from the beach. Yes, that's good. You can have different shells, big, small, differently shaped shells. It is a mixture of shells. Okay. So in mixtures, we can find them in different phases. Mixtures can be found in different phases, isn't it? So you can either have a solid and a solid, a liquid and a liquid, as well as a solid and another liquid. For example, looking at two solids, rice and beans. Rice is a solid as well as beans. I've got a very nice practical example you guys would see. So with me here, I've got pasta. So it's a mixture of pastas. So it's one of those pasta that has different colors. I've got this color, which is a little yellowish, right? So I've got one that is green. I've got a bunch that is also red. So these are all three solids. They're pastas, but they are a mixture of different colored pasta. So they're an example of two solids, just like rice and beans. We've got also liquid and liquid. When you mix water with vinegar, perhaps white vinegar, it's too solid, isn't it? So water is liquid as well as vinegar is liquid. So you can have a mixture of that, solid and a liquid. When you're mixing water with soil, those are two different phases. So you've got water, which is liquid, as well as a solid, which is a soil, right? Isn't it? So I would want you to tell the person next to you any type of mixture that you know in different phases. It could either be two solids, two liquids, or a liquid and a solid, isn't it? So I'm gonna walk around and you guys are going to give me a few answers, and then we will move on. So what is your example? That's great. He has beans and he's got what? Vinegar and water. the teacher, yes, my cup of coffee, you've got liquid and solid, so you've got the coffee granules, you've also got sugar and water, so it is solid and a liquid. It's a combination of three phases of materials, isn't it? So moving on to mixtures, what we're learning about today, we've got two types of mixtures. We've got either homogeneous mixtures as well as heterogeneous mixtures. The first one we're going to dwell on to is homogeneous mixtures. Who knows what the word homo means? Homo, the prefix homo. Homo means one. So you already have an idea what type of mixture this one is. Homo means one. So a homogeneous mixture is a type of mixture that has the same composition. Only one phase is visible. One or more substances seem to disappear into the other, right? So, like I said, a homogeneous mixture can be either in liquid or solid form. Only one phase is visible. It is a type of mixture that has the same composition, isn't it? So when you mix the materials thoroughly, it seems like the other one has miraculously disappeared into the other one, and you only see probably one phase or just one color. Let's see. I've got a few I want you guys to dwell into an experiment. I want us to see whether we can identify whether when I mix these different materials, are they a homogeneous mixture or not. So when you're at home, you could do it as well. Okay, so I've got a cup of water right here. I've got soil and I've got food coloring. These are two empty glasses, and in here I've got Worcestershire sauce, right? So we're going to start with the Worcestershire sauce. It is brown in color, isn't it? I'm adding a bit of water into this cup, right? And there it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a cup of water into this one, a bit of water into this one as well. I'm gonna dollop a bit of green food coloring, right? There we go. And then in here, I'm gonna put a bit of soil, excuse me. There we go. Mix that thoroughly. Also mix this one thoroughly. Mix this one thoroughly as well. From the materials before you, the 1, 2, 3 materials, I want you guys to identify which one is homogeneous. Is this mixture homogeneous? Remember, we had explained that a homogeneous mixture, homo means one. A homogeneous mixture is the type of mixture that has one composition. From these 3 materials, which one has the same composition? Only one phase is visible, and one or more substances seem to have disappeared into the other substances. When we poured the green food coloring into the water, it seemed like the water just disappeared because it turned into one color. Same as when we poured the water into the Worcestershire sauce, it turned one color, which seems as if the water had disappeared. But this isn't the case when we pour soil into the water, because you can clearly see that there's soil at the bottom and there's water at the top, right? So that is a homogeneous mixtures, right? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the second type of mixture, which is a heterogeneous mixture. Hetero means many or different, right? So you can now get an idea. This one meant homo, which is one, and this is a hetero, which is many or different. So a heterogeneous mixture is a mixture that has a combination of different substances, and the different substances do not blend throughout. Let's look at the example that I had previously shown you guys. This one. It says a mixture that has different combinations of different substances. They do not blend throughout. Yes, you can see all 3 kinds of colors. So they did not blend throughout. They're not the same color. They did not become one. So this is an example of a heterogeneous mixture because you can see the different substances. You can see the different colors throughout the mixture, and the composition is different, isn't it? So for example, the fruit salad we had made, did you guys see? You could clearly see that there's banana, there's orange, there's apples, there's strawberry. They did not mash up and become one, but you could clearly see the different colors as well as the different substances, isn't it? So you guys are going to engage into a mini scavenger hunt. In this classroom, I want you guys to look into your bags, look into your pencil cases, look around the classroom, look into the I use chalk sometimes when I teach, isn't it? So I want you guys to look at all those things within this classroom, and I want you to identify any heterogeneous mixture in this classroom. You can look around my table as well, look into your bag, your pencil cases, right? So I'm going to give you a few minutes and you're going to do that. Okay. All right, I take it you guys have done that, and you guys have already specified that you see different color pens in your pencil cases. In my box of chalk, there's different colors, and there's chalk but in different colors, so it's a mixture of different colored chalk, isn't it? You've got different colored pens and pencils, so those are different mixtures that you guys had identified. Okay, so I've got a very short activity that I had already distributed to you guys. We're going to do the first one together in that handout, and then you're going to complete it individually, right? So looking at your paper right there, you've got your first image, which is a McFlurry. You guys love McFlurries from McDonald's, right? So in that mixture, I want you to tell me how many phases are there. Is it a solid, and is it two solids? Is it a liquid and a solid, or is it just liquids, right? And then I also want you to tell me, is it a homogeneous or a heterogeneous mixture? Looking at that, I can see chocolate chips, I can see peanuts, I can see chocolate flakes, and then there's ice cream, and there's the runny liquid right there. So what phases are there? Yes, that's correct. We've got solids as well as liquid, right? We've got cream, we've got the chocolate icing, we've got the chocolate what is it called, frosting? Yes, I believe that's what it's called. You've got peanuts, which are solids. You've also got chocolate flakes and chocolate chips, which are also solids, right? Is it a homogeneous or a heterogeneous? Remember, hetero means different, homo means one. Oh yes, it is a heterogeneous mixture. So I want you to complete that activity individually. As soon as you're done, I want you to ask the next person if only they understand what a mixture is, the phases of mixtures that are there, and the two types of mixtures that we have learned about today. Okay? All right. Thank you, boys and girls. Please pause. All right, thank you, boys and girls. You guys have done an amazing job filling in your activity sheets. And then now we're going to have a very fun activity. I want you guys to, so I've got a very exciting activity in these cue cards of mine. So I want you guys to create a cheat card that you guys would use if only I were to give you a test about today's topic. On this blue side, you're going to write the questions that you think I would ask in a test, and then on the yellow side, you're going to write out the answers. As soon as you guys are done doing that, I'm going to call out one of you, and then you're going to read out a question in your cue card, and then turn it to the yellow side, tell us the answer, and as a class we're going to deliberate whether your answer was correct or not, and then you're going to give us why you think the answer is correct, and then we're going to have a discussion about that. Let me give you an example. I've got the first card right here. My question says, what is a mixture? And I said a mixture is a mixture is when you are mixing different materials. It can either be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Am I correct? Yes, that's correct. So that's what you guys are going to do, and then we're going to play the game until all satisfied. After that, we're going to discuss what we liked about the lesson, what we think could be better, and what we learned and what was fun about it. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I hope this was an informative lesson.